Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of ZBLL. So, this is still the U set. There's two more after this. So, this is where there's two matching here and two matching here. Okay, yeah. So, this first case is where you have just like a whole bar across. So here's the two cases, and it's when you have a block there or there. So this is really easy. It's just a one move setup into Y perm. So for this one, you'll hold it like this, where there's the block here, and you'll do R prime, Y perm. I'm trusting you know what a Y perm is if you're learning ZBLL. And for this one, that one, or maybe this one, is probably what you do for OLCP anyway. So, yeah. So for this one, you hold it like this. Block. You do FY perm. So it's just like F2 go into Y perm. Alright. Alright, so these next two cases, this one's like, at first it looks the same, but then you see there's the two opposites. So this one, I guess, is sort of like OLL parity. Like, if you do OLL parity, it'll solve this case, but that's inefficient. This is just like H perm away from that, so there's the opposite here, and then the two bars there. Alright, so for this one, you hold it, well, there's actually two algs. So the one that I use goes like this: R U prime R prime U R U prime R prime. Oh wait, so it's like inverse sexy. First two moves of inverse sexy, and then you do L prime U L U, and then rotate, so X prime, and then U2 R U2 R2. So I use that. There's another one that Patrick Ponce showed me. So I don't use it because it's a lot of moves, but it's definitely easier to learn, and it's not bad. So you hold it like this, and it goes double sexy and then J perm. So double sexy, and then J perm, and then you just insert the pair. So, alright, so now for this case, this is sort of like an N perm conjugate. You like set up to an N perm, that's what the alg is, but it sort of cancels some moves. So that's technically what it is, but I never really memorized it that way. So here's how the alg goes. I guess you could memorize it that way. Okay, so I guess it's just N perm minus the first two moves. Okay, yeah, so, and then, so it's like R, it's the J perm, N perm, like set up into J perm. Yeah, so it's just, it's this N perm minus the first two moves. So pretend you did RU. So pretend you did RU. RU. And then you finish like that. So the alg just goes R prime U, R prime. Now I can't do it. R prime U, R prime, R U, R prime, F prime, R U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U2, R, U prime, R prime, U2, R. Alright, so that's a really long one, but yeah, it's sort of just like an end perm, so it's not that hard. Alright, so next we have how do I do this? Okay, yeah. So next we have, these are V-perm conjugates. That's not the alg that I do. It works. You can, like, for this one do F V-perm from this angle, and this one you do L prime V-perm from this angle. But of course, that's not that fast because you have to do a V-perm. So, how I do this case is, so you hold it like this. Both of them you hold it like that. And this is where you have the two swapped edges here and the bars there. So it goes like R U prime L U, wait, I guess R U prime X L U, okay, this is, alright, yeah, R U prime L U wide R prime F R prime F prime R U2 R U2 R R2. Alright, so this alg will be in the description. I don't really remember how it exactly is notated. I just have it in muscle memory, and it's this alg is one of the hardest ones to memorize. I learned this actually a lot later than I learned everything else, just because it was so weird. So yeah, there it is. It'll be in the description. So for this one, when the bar is right there, it's just the mirror. So from the back, R prime U, L prime U prime, L U prime, R U R prime, F2 R prime, F2 R2. Alright, so now we have, yeah, so that, yep, okay, so these are the ones where there's like two opposite, like an H perm block, so it's either on the left or on the right. So when it's on the right, you hold it like this, and it starts out like wide sexy sledge, like that, and it's that cancel into this ZBLL, which is really easy. It's half of one of the diag U cases, so if you might know which one I'm talking about. So it starts off with that ZBLL and then cancel into this, which is just F R U prime R prime U prime R U2 R prime U prime F prime. So sexy sledge, cancel into that. Yeah, I'll leave that. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so now we have this case. So this one is F R U R. Okay, so actually before I do that, just what I like to do when I learned this is I track that pair. So F R U R U2 R prime U prime R U prime, split the pair up, R prime U2 R prime U2 R U prime R prime U prime F prime. So if you track that pair, it'll make it easier to learn. Alright, so these two are very similar to the last. So the second alg I showed you in the last set wasn't like the other three of that one, the first one there, and these two, in that you just do two ZBLLs pretty much, because that alg I just find better than doing the two ZBLLs. But these are going to be sort of like the first one. So this one, you start off with a ZBLL, or easy one, that goes F U R U2 R prime U R U R prime and an F prime, but instead of doing that, you just cancel into this. It was just this, F, R prime, F prime, wide R, U prime, wide R prime. And for this one, okay, this one actually, you do not do the ZBLL thing. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so the alg for this goes R, U2, R prime, U2, R prime, F, R, U, R, U prime, R prime, wait, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U2, R prime, U prime, F prime. Alright, so I guess it might... Yeah, it does do two ZBLLs, but they're different. So, it does do two ZBLLs, but it's slightly different from the other ones. Alright, so I think I forgot to mention how to recognize those. So to recognize those, you just see the one opposite edge, and it's either on the left or the right. Alright, so now we have the last two cases. So for these, they're a little hard to recognize. So basically you see this edge and you see it has to either go there, has to go there. I don't actually do that. What I do is since the alg is from this angle, I'll rotate here, and I guess it's sort of instinctive. I don't really exactly think about how I'm recognizing it, but I sort of just look at these two corners relative to this edge, and they're either going to be the same or opposite. If they're the same, I go into this alg, which the first move will pair these two up, and even though that doesn't really do anything, that just sort of like indicates that that's the right alg. So, and then for this one, the first three moves pair these two up. So anyway, this one is when these two corners and this one is opposite. So it starts with R prime, U prime, R, F, R2, D prime. Put this pair with that. RU, R prime, D, R2, U prime, F prime. I'll just show that once more. Alright, so for this one, if you do a wide sexy sledge like that, it'll just give you this. So that's sort of what it is, but it's not exactly the same moves. So you start out like that, wide sexy sledge, and then instead of doing the last move, you do U, R prime, U prime, R, F prime, and then just insert the pair with R prime, U, R. Alright, so that's it. There's one more video in the U set, and I might not do in 2 Fridays. I might not do an episode. Tell me if you want me to do like some sort of ZBLL training with U set or some sort of video like that instead, or if you just want me to continue with the T set. So yeah.